Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's reading vlog, we're going to be reading some books that are currently in the process of getting adapted. So there are so many books, so many popular Booktok books that are currently in the process of getting adapted. Binding 13, all of Emily Henry's books, some of Ellen Hilderbrand's books, a lot of Abby Jimenez's books, some Frida McFadden books. There's so many popular books that are getting adapted currently, and I have not read a lot of them. So before these books become movies or television shows, I want to know what they're about. I want to read them. So in today's video, that's what we're gonna do. And obviously this is probably gonna be part one to like a big series because I just named several that I have not even read. So, but I turned to my TBR card because we all know how badly I want to go through this TBR because there's too many books here, and I actually happen to have a few that are getting adapted currently. And so the first book that we're going to be reading in this video is The 5-Star Weekend by Ellen Hilderbrand, and I believe the show comes out July 16th on Peacock. So I'm gonna need to get Peacock because I don't have that. But I love Ellen Hilderbrand's books. This is my third book of hers. I just love the drama, the friendships, the storytelling in her books. It's just, her books are always so good, and the summer setting, literally always so perfect. They all make me want to move to Nantucket. So this is the first book that we're going to be starting out with, and I'm just so excited. So let's get to reading. So I'm now about 20% in, so we have definitely established our plot and most of our characters already. So we're basically following at the very beginning our first female main character, because in Ellen Hilderbrand books we're bouncing from character to character. It's like if you've read any Frederick Bachman, but well, Beartown was like that. I'm assuming the rest of his books are like that too. You basically just bounce between characters in third person, but we're seeing how they're feeling and everything. So at the very beginning of the story, we're following Hollis, and she loses her husband I think it was like pretty much right away, and she's going through some turmoil with her daughter, and basically she's searching up some things online, how to deal with the grief of losing her husband, and she finds this idea to throw this 5-star weekend, which means that she invites one of her best friends from each stage of her life. So her teenage years, her 20s, her prime life, and then her midlife, like where she's at now. So she invites all these people, and then now that they've all been invited, we're now following each of them and what they're going through. It's like in all the point of views that we've gotten so far, it's been the day before they go to this trip. So they're going to be spending a weekend in Nantucket in Hollis's beach house, and I'm so excited because like some of them know each other, but it doesn't seem like all of them do, and there's like this one complete stranger that not even Hollis has met in real life. So I'm so invested, and they're all like going through things pretty heavily like in their personal lives. Like one just lost her job, one may have cancer, and then obviously Hollis just lost her husband, and her daughter's also coming for the weekend to film it all. So I'm so excited honestly to see where this goes, because I don't know, I just feel like there's gonna be a lot of drama because we're putting this group of 5 females together who don't really know each other very well, and they're all kind of like morally gray kind of people. I'm getting that vibe so far, and I don't know, her books are just so much fun. So like I said, we've been following them all through the day before, and I believe we've only gone through 3 of the 4 women so far, so we still have the last one, and then I believe that we'll be getting to the actual weekend that they're going to be spending together. So I will update you guys when I have an update, because we've kind of just been developing the plot so far. Still has been so much fun and so entertaining, but now I feel like we're gonna finally get to the point that's like the point of the story. Okay, so I know that I only updated you guys like once, but I have actually finished the 5-Star Weekend. I ended up taking a really long break from reading it, and then I was filming another reading vlog, so it just got really confusing. But I did end up switching over to the audiobook version of this about 50% through. I was really enjoying it for the first 40-ish%, and then I think it slowed down so much. I think that this just isn't my favorite Ellen Hilderbrand book. I think that she definitely has better work out there, and I just found myself a little bored with what was going on, and I just didn't care enough about the drama happening between the 5 of the women there. And honestly, nothing changed from the last update. It's still just these 5 women having a weekend together. There's drama amongst them because some of them have known each other for a long time, and they're all connected by this one woman, Hollis, who invites them all to this weekend. And so there's like drama within them because they became friends at different times. They grew distant when one of them became closer to Hollis and stuff like that. So there's just a little bit of drama. And then we have the newest member of this like group, the newest friend, who is Gigi, and she has this secret that she's holding. And when it finally comes out, I don't know, I didn't like the way that it was all handled and everything. It just felt a little unrealistic, and just the way everyone dealt with it seemed weird, I guess. And then I don't know, it was just, I think the concept is really fun, and now the question presents itself, will I be watching the adaptation for this when it comes out? And I think I will, because I would really like to see how this story gets brought to life. And I think that in a visual sense, I think I will like it more, and I think that it'll have a way of like bringing more life to the story. I just felt like it was a little dull, but I did end up rating it 3 stars because I still really liked it in the sense that it was entertaining and the setting was great, because Elin Hilderbrand is the queen of beach reads. So now it is time to move on to our next read. So like I said, there are so many adaptations happening, but for this first episode I'm pulling strictly from my physical TBR, and I actually have 3 of Carley Fortune's books. I did read Every Summer After, but these are the 3 that I have not yet read, and I do believe all 3 are becoming adaptations. I'm not like 100% sure about One Golden Summer, but I know that these 2 are. So this is the chronological order right here of when, what are you doing? Of when they came out. So chronologically, I think I'm gonna pick up Meet Me at the Lake, even though I haven't heard the best things about this book, and these 2 have a lot better reviews, especially One Golden Summer. I do want to try to read her books chronologically, especially if they get better as they go on. So the next book that we're gonna be reading is Meet Me at the Lake, and the only thing I know about this book is that there's a little bit of a cheating trope, but I don't know how severe it is and like what the cheating consists of. I remember I had started this, it was like a year ago. It was like July 4th. I can't remember if it was the past July 4th or the one before, but I remember I started this. I got like 20 pages in because my goal for the entire day that day was to read this entire book, but I had family coming. I had like other obligations. It was a really silly goal, but like I tried. So I got 20 pages in, and so I will be starting it over, but I remember like really enjoying what I had read back then, the 20 pages that I had read. So let's start Meet Me at the Lake by Carley Fortune. Okay, so I am now on chapter 4 of Meet Me at the Lake, so I'm literally only 30 pages in. So far, I feel like this is going to be a very quick and easy, just summary sort of read. I swear he wasn't here like a minute ago before I started filming. I am worried though about the premise and the little triangle of characters that we have going on in this book. So we are following a past and present timeline, and in the present timeline, our main character Fern, her mother recently passed away, and her mother signed over her lodge to Fern, so now Fern is kind of in charge of running it and everything. She doesn't want to be, but she is, and her ex-boyfriend Jamie works there as well, and so she's working there, whatever, and this guy Will from her past shows up, and she has a very strong reaction to him. Like, she's very angry, she's very strong feelings about whatever their past situation was. And then we're flashing back to the past 10 years ago, so I believe they're like 32 in the present and then 22 in the past. And in the past, it's when she's dating Jamie, and she ends up like showing up to work one day, and there's some guy named Will who is painting a mural in the coffee shop that she works at or something like that. I think they're gonna end up spending this like day together that's gonna like alter her, the way she thinks about life, and they're gonna like really hit it off. But in the past, she has a boyfriend, like she's dating Jamie. And then so in the present timeline, Will shows up to the lodge and like I said, like kind of like throws her into this spiral a little bit. And so I'm literally 30 pages in, but I've gotten that much of it so far, so it's not bad. Like I think it's gonna be like just like a fun, like quick and easy read, and like give like the summer vibes. But also it takes place in some place in Canada, I'm pretty sure, and I don't know how to picture that. Like I need to look up pictures of it, because like usually, like look at the cover, like I'm picturing like a lake, and like with Every Summer After, was it in Canada too? I don't know. I was just picturing like more of like a lake sort of vibe, like a east coast of the United States sort of vibe. But in this, like I don't know what to picture, so I don't know if it's like a log cabin sort of thing, or if it's like a beach lake cabin. I don't really know what to picture here, so I'm gonna need to look up some like aesthetic pictures or something like that. But I'm gonna keep reading this and really lock in right now. See, I can already tell that this book is gonna be freaking weird, because we're in the past timeline and she's already like calling Will hot, like saying that she's never seen a smile as beautiful as his. Girl, you have a boyfriend. You have a boyfriend. What are you doing? I don't know, like I'm already like a little like, girl, what's going on? Like I don't know. Okay, so I have officially reached the 100 page mark. I'm on page 109. You know, I still feel the same way, where it's like I'm really enjoying the writing and the setting and everything. It's just the fact that they met when they were in relationships, and I don't understand why they needed to both be in relationships. Would it not have been fine for them to just not have been in relationships? Like, couldn't she have just written them as two single people who meet, spend the day together, and then obviously they have like their reason for like having their like falling out, or like their reason for not ending up together, and then now in the present they like have their issues because of it. It could have happened that way, because I'll just never be able to root for a couple that's like cheating on the people that they're in relationships with. I don't know, I just have such a hard time understanding why authors do this. But other than that, I am really enjoying it. I think that I really love her writing style and the way that she can just put you in settings very easily. Like, she doesn't go above and beyond with describing the settings, but I think it's just because the settings are such a huge part of the story that she really puts you there. So that's just how I'm feeling about it right now. I don't have like many thoughts other than that right now. I feel like not much has happened so far. It's really just our main character Fern. She's like undecided about what she's gonna do with her mom's resort yet. She doesn't know if she's gonna sell it or if she's gonna keep it, and we're kind of just dealing with that. Ew, there's a spider. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm going inside. When I start sitting on my hard tile floor to read a book, that's how you know that I'm not enjoying it anymore, and I need to not lay in my bed or else I'll fall asleep while reading it. I don't know, for one, I'm not feeling any chemistry between the two of them, and also it's just like our female main character, she's acting like she hates Will in the present timeline because of what happened in the past, but it's like, okay, now you're both single in the present timeline, so why don't you just like try now when you're both like older? And also like the fact that they're spending the entire day together in the past timeline, and I know this is like a fiction book, like there has to be a certain extent to like how much I think about it. Like, I should just be like reading this for a good time, but I am really struggling with it. And the fact that I'm really enjoying the setting in the present timeline, but the past timeline, which is half of the book, takes place in a city. It's like I'm not really feeling like the setting really, because it keeps changing. I don't know, you guys. I may switch to the audiobook, and I hate to do that with the second book of this video. Both of the books in this video I have switched to the audiobook, and it's just like I am in a reading slump, and I hate that I'm gonna like end up hating this reading vlog when I'm editing it. I already know, but I think I am gonna switch to the audiobook. I just think that if there's any hope of me enjoying this book more, it would be to switch to the audiobook. So I think I'm gonna do that. have finally finished Mimi at the Lake by Carley Fortune. I ended up rating this book 2 stars. I just personally think that the entire cheating trope whatever ruined this entire book for me, because I felt no chemistry within the couple in the present timeline, and I think it's just because they had no, I don't know, like they had more chemistry in the past when they were both in relationships. Like, it's so annoying that when authors do this, when they try to romanticize people bonding in the past or bonding in this way when they're in relationships, and it's like both of them were crossing lines that they should not have been crossing. No matter how long you've been with someone, she had been with her boyfriend for 4 years at that point. He had only been with his girlfriend for 5 months, but even if you've been together for a day, there's still boundaries, there's still lines that you don't cross. And dancing up next to a person on a dance floor while drunk, probably not something you should do. And just like the second you find yourself attracted to someone like that, maybe don't hang out with them. You guys are not obligated to hang out together. It's not like you guys are working in the same place and you're like forced to be in this place together. You're literally choosing to spend the rest of the day together. Like, that's your fault. So I just feel like it was just very, very frustrating and very hard to see any sort of positive aspect about them, their relationship, anything. And I feel like there was also this grief element to the book that I feel like was a little forced almost to have this like emotional depth to the book. But I feel like if it was done a little bit better, it could have been great, because she's taking over this lodge for her mom and she doesn't know if she wants to do it or not because she has other dreams of her own. And so that's a great element to it. But then there's like this aspect of her reading her mom's old journals, but the journals get like kind of thrown in there randomly and they hold no weight to the actual story. It just felt very random. I don't know. I just don't think this book was for me. But I personally, like, I'm gonna try to be a little bit more positive now because I was very, very negative. I love her writing style. I am so excited to read the rest of her books because, like I told you guys before, I have these and Our Perfect Storm is now out and it's on its way to my house right now. So I'm definitely gonna read the rest of her books, and it's nothing to do with her writing. It's just I don't like the way that she incorporates this cheating within her books, because it happened in Every Summer After too. I loved the book so much until we got to the big twist or the big reveal. Don't even get me started. So I hope that that's not a prevalent topic in her other books, because I can't do it. It ruins the books for me. So now the question, will I be watching this adaptation? No, I don't think that I will. I don't know if it's becoming a movie or television show, but I don't see myself watching it, because if I didn't like the book at all, like, why would I watch that? So if you're gonna read any of Carley Fortune's books, I would probably skip this one. I didn't really see anything good, anything that I would recommend about this. So that's that. I do absolutely love her books next to each other. Like, this is just so pretty, so pretty. I'm so upset that Our Perfect Storm is hardcover only. It's gonna ruin this whole beautiful series that we have. So I know that this reading vlog was kind of a fail almost, because both of the books that I read I rated really low, but honestly that's just how my reading has been lately. Like I said, I need to film a like getting out of a reading slump sort of video, and I think I'm gonna do that soon, because I have been rating every book that I've read so low since the very beginning of March. So it's just, I don't know, in a bit of a slump, and it really sucked. But I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have any other book recommendations that are becoming adaptations that you want me to read in the next episode of this, like the Boys of Tommen series, anything, because I have so many books to catch up on before their adaptations come out. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys so soon. Bye guys.